Hi there guys, just here at the moment and Halloween's coming up, so I need to make I'm going to show you what I'm going to make. I am going to make, not an entire Gyarados, just its tail. So the plan of action today is, I've got 2 days off, I've got the fabric that I need, we've got a lovely hat as well to make for Sophie. Sorry, she's got the hat, I need to make the tail to go with the hat for Sophie. My outfit's an apocalypse survivor because I've always really wanted to do one. But let's get underway. Right, what we need to do first, obviously, sorry, just let me pause Breaking Bad, is figure out how to get that little curve to the side. So I mean, if you have a look at the actual pieces there, you're not just gonna be able to make a tube because they kind of bulbous in. I don't know if that's focusing well enough. So what we're gonna have to do is, rather than just kind of create kind of flat tubes that will loop around like that and then will fold round on themselves, we're going to have to kind of go for more of a pattern which has kind of an arc in it, like this, and then the same on the other side. It will arc in. Again, it's going to have to go round at the top, which will obviously give more fabric here, so when it folds round, that will work. But because it hasn't bulbous out quite enough, we're then going to have to point here, kind of divide that into 3, split it that kind of down the middle, and kind of bring it in a little bit like this. What that'll do is, when those edges are brought in, that'll bring this arc around a little bit more, leave this piece flat at the top, and then we'll dip that piece down. So that's what we're going to have to do. Make 2 of those, one slightly smaller than the other. Because obviously, again, if you have a look at the actual parts themselves, there is a lot less kind of goldy yellow underneath than blue. So we're going to have to do those. And then I think, yeah, it should wrap around a little bit more. But it's going to be a bit tricky. So I'm going to do some with the fabric that I've got the most of, that I don't need the most of. The white should be what I can have for excess. So I'm going to give that a go first, run it through the sewing machine, and see how it goes. Okay, oh, hang on. Again, Breaking Bad. Sorry. Right, so what I've managed to do now is managed to get 2 of these things out. Unfortunately, it's yellow. It's not the right colour, but it's really difficult to get that kind of colour this time of the year. For some reason, fleece you can't seem to get around winter time. I know it looks pretty poor now, but what's going to happen is, obviously there's more width on the sides and on the height. So when they're padded out, they will bulk, and then the tail's going to attach to this side. Don't worry about these; they're all going to be on the inside. And then I may just do 1 more of these as well, and then have the frill sticking out the top of it, then have the tail coming down the other side. So I'm going to get back on that. This has probably taken me about an hour so far. 1 episode, 1.5 episodes Breaking Bad into season 5, episode 5, so it's pretty good. I'm trying not to let it distract me too much. I will remember to pause that one time. I've just finished cutting out the sections for the last bit. I'm only going to do 3 of the little 3 of these little bits. But what I'm going to do is, for the 3rd one up, obviously it's going to have that frill. So what I've done is I've cut out the frill in a template like that. Always best to work in templates, and always cut them slightly too big, because when you sew it'll get narrower. So you'll need 2 of these. Oh, hello Fury. Fury. No, she doesn't care. So you always cut out slightly too big. But what we're going to do is, normally in the top bit where it just kind of, let me show you the other template. No, that's a half. Like this one. Obviously that's the entire top panel. But what we need to do is, we need to sew a frill down there. And obviously you can't do that in the template solid. So instead it's a half template. And then for the bottom of it, all I did is I just laid it down once after cutting it and folded it over again, and then that's the join edge. So should be doing that now. That should probably take me about 20 minutes. Nope. She's just attacking stuff. That should take me about 20-30 minutes, I reckon, to put together. Then I need to try somehow. This is one bit I haven't thought of yet, is how to actually cap off the end and figure out how to actually do that so I can attach it to a belt or something. What I may end up doing is like a wooden back to it, out of some thin ply that I have. Staple gunning that to a bigger piece of fleece to cover on the back, and then hand stitching around the outside just to keep it packed in. Obviously that'll be the very last bit. I need to actually do the rest of the tail as well, the little blue bit with the white frills for the actual fan of the tail, and then the little yellow kind of tooth looking shape pieces that go on the side, they're just going to be hot glued on. It's going to be easiest to do it that way. So on we go. Okay, so just finished doing the fin on the back of it. Managed to sew it all the way around. It took a lot longer than I thought because I had to do it nice and slowly, but it came out pretty good. That's what I'm looking for. So we're going to have that, and then that's basically going to be sewn in between these two layers, so that'll stick up like this. I may do it a bit more like that possibly, so it's at more of an angle. I'm either going to wire it or just pad it out quite nicely. I mean, I've got some padding from an old sofa that we took apart, so I may end up just using that to keep it kind of up way. So I might do that, and now I'm going to start trying to build this section up. Okay, so just managed to do most of the tail. Let me quickly show you what I've got so far. So we have got this, we've got a nice padded little top piece, and the rest of it now just need to sort the tail out. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and drawn up these stencils, one for the center point, and then this one as well that will go for the edges. Now I know that looks a little bit fat, but obviously that's going to be padded out and will shrink in size, and these will be kept nice and narrow at the side as well. So I've gone ahead and cut them out as well. Oosh. And now we just have these little tail sections. Let me quickly lay them out. I say little, they're actually quite big. But obviously always remember to draw on the underside. That will be one of them, and there's another one as well. Just need to sew around the outside edges up and along there. To fit the white fan inside, I think I may have to hand stitch it, which isn't going to be too long, so it will just take up there and then up there as well. But hopefully within the next, say, couple of hours, this should all be done. Again, just need to do little bits on the side of the tail as well, the little teeth details, and then job will be well and truly finished. Okay, so just sewed the tail together. It's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with it. Obviously it isn't padded out yet, but that's what we've got so far. It's pretty good. That will obviously attach to the end piece here. Just need to work out the measurement across. I'm hoping spot on. Brilliant. I was hoping that would match because I don't want to have to cut it up again now. So I'm going to sort that out, pad it out, and I'll show you it after it's padded out and attached. Okay, so I've just finished stuffing it. Took a lot. So that's the pillow that I currently have in my old house. Just finished stuffing it a little bit. So this is what we've got so far. It's nice and plush. I said the little areas are bulbed out just like I wanted. The end of it faces down, which is a bit annoying, but it still looks alright. I said just gonna create the webbing for that, and then on to the next phase. At the moment, I've just finished doing the stitching. I hate hand stitching so much, but this is how it looks at the moment. So we've got a nice fanned kind of tassely tail like it has, and then all the way to there. The end is still unfortunately open, so I need to figure out how to do that. I need to put the circles on there as well. I really wish I'd thought about it first, and rather than now having to hot glue them on, I could hand stitch them on, I guess, is another option, but we're going to see how that works out. But I think it's probably going to be hand stitching. I don't really want to use hot glue as I originally intended to, because then it won't be entirely plush, and I know it's only for a costume, but I do like to try and keep the aesthetic. So I'm going to hand stitch those on. Hand stitching. Okay, so the sides are now glued down, the little yellow patches. The top is done, it's re-stuffed again. I did have to hot glue them down. I really didn't want to have to, but there was no way. Did manage to stuff it a little bit nicer now, so it does seem a lot better. So that's what we've got so far. It holds up pretty nicely, and does fan out pretty well as well. So, oh, there we go. One side and the other side. So yeah, so it fans out pretty good. I said, looking all the way down, does actually look pretty cool. Again, the end is still open. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But I think for now what I'm going to have to do is put everything away. It's now, I've been working on this for about, what time is it? Geez, 4 o'clock. So I'm working on this now for about 5 hours. So it's been alright. It's been a lot faster work than I thought it would be. So yeah, I'm going to pack it all away and try and figure out, while I watch some more Breaking Bad, what I can do about sealing the end off. As soon as I've got some plans, I'll let you guys know. Hi guys, day 2 now. Wonder where I'm wearing exactly the same stuff, but it's my day off. I didn't do very much yesterday. So the energy drink and the Doritos, staple of every healthy diet, are working their way through my system, giving me the energy I need. So what we've got at the moment is... let me get it back down again. Okay, so we've got this. My plan now is to attach... Got these little leather strips, as you can see, I've drawn a line across the top there. I'm going to fold them over like this, and probably sew them just above the line. This is then going to be attached in underneath there, and there'll be one on either side. Reason for that is obviously most trousers have a belt loop right down the middle. So I'm going to have these attached in either side like that, and then I'm just going to sew in a patch all the way around and stuff this as much as possible. What I can then do is I can then unattach these later on and can actually finish off the rest of it, because I'm planning on making it an entire full length plushie. I do think it's going to end up being about 9 or 10 feet long, but that's going to be pretty cool. Basically, it'll probably sit all the way around my sofa. So back onto it, and back on with Breaking Bad. Right, so what I've managed to do here is I remember to pause it this time. By the way, I'm up to season 5, episode 13 now. It's brilliant. Not going to spoil anything, but my God. Right, so we've got our little flaps put into loops that are going to be sewn in. I've also created this disc that I'm going to cut out of fleece, probably whatever I've got the most of, and attach it to the end there. And then what that'll do is that'll seal it off. That will then give me an attachment point. This is going to be roughly sewn, so probably going to have it and then fold it inwards so that the seam is actually outside, so then I can unpick it nice and easily, and then again can continue to build it. So that's the plan, and you'll probably see it when it's basically completed. Okay, sorry, just a little bit of shock after watching Breaking Bad. Season 5, episode 14, Ozymandias. Oh my God. Right, so this is now the end cap of it. Again, it's not pretty, but it'll do the job. These two will slip through a belt loop, like so, and then we'll just sit against your butt, and then it'll hang down like that. And what I'll do is I'll put on some trousers for a start that actually have a belt loop, because at the moment I'm sporting my lovely Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle jogging bottoms, sleepwear, whatever. It's my day off, I can wear whatever I want, alright? So yeah, so I'm going to quickly pop on some trousers and do a catwalk show for you. Right, so I've done some correct attire for the challenge, and I'm already knocking things over. So let's see if I can get a decent picture of this. So that's what it looks like at the end. Again, I can't actually see it because obviously it's on my butt. But that's the plan of it for now. Again, hangs down quite nicely. It looks pretty decent from what I can see from twisting round. But yeah, so that's that build. I've got a couple more things I need to do. I can't even sit down now. A couple more things I need to do. I need to build a pipe for someone. Have to build a replica pipe, which I think I'm going to do in pine, coat in polyfiller, because that gives quite a nice texture. You can then sand it all down, fill any grooves, and build that. And that's going to be a prop for a movie, which was a GoFundMe, I think it was, or that was a Kickstarter, sorry, that was it. It's actually going to be given away as a Kickstarter backing prize, which is really, really cool. I've never made anything that's had quite so much prestige before, and kind of it's going to be quite a big build for me, as it's given away for someone as kind of a prize, which is awesome. And I need to build, what else am I going to build? More of my costume. I need to do some more weathering, but I'm going to do a quick little video of that as well. Obviously building the rest of the Gyarados, but that'll be after Halloween. So yeah, I'm going to get on uploading all of these bits of footage right now. So it's Tuesday now, and it's about some time in the afternoon, probably about 2 PM, I reckon. No, it's not 2 PM, it's 20 past 12, which is brilliant. Gives me most of the day left over. But if you did like what I built today, hit that like button. If you want to be kept up to date with all my builds and my gameplay and vlogging and anything else I decide to put online, hit that subscribe button as well. I try and keep it up to date as quickly as I possibly can, but new job does kind of time restrict me, but I'm going to try and work around it. As always, thank you guys for sitting through all of that, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.